Hi, I'm Raquel. I'm here to talk about my organizational change initiative. So first off, what is my context for my vision? Many employees lack the motivation to fulfill the requirements of daily documentation. Employees who are working directly with clients are mandated by the state to document daily activities and behaviors, as well as any outcomes the client has set for themselves. I've heard fellow coworkers who have had to complete 6 months of documentation within a couple of days in order for the information to be available for the client's semi-annual meeting. When this happens, documentation tends not to be accurate, but with so many clients to keep track of, directors do not notice the missing documentation until they start their preparations for the meetings. With the new change implemented, this documentation would be linked to the new time entry system, meaning that the employee would not be able to submit their time card until all documentation for those 2 weeks in the pay period is complete. The vision of the new plan has already started to emerge from the many discussions going on in the organization. After the launch of the new time entry system, it was easier for me to imagine what could become of the new system as far as documentation was concerned. Already having this foundation in place allows me to feel that this vision is not so far-fetched. Knowing that the system is already designed to solely service this organization makes the vision feasible and flexible. The system is in place. Now it just needs to expand to offer communication and documentation capabilities. These capabilities would include access to client personal information on the system, individual daily notes, and client outcomes. So first off, client information and personal plans would become available on the system so employees can access this information at any time. Daily documentation will slowly be structured into the system, starting with daily individual notes, which is where employees state what the client did for the day and if there were any behavioral issues. And finally, client outcomes would be available to complete on the system. And this would be the most difficult implementation step since every client has multiple independence goals that are very specific to them individually. Therefore, this final step may turn out to be a change initiative in itself, but this is why I put it as the last step of the process. The idea of online documentation is already a topic of discussion in this organization. Most everyone seems to be on board with the idea, especially after a close call we had with a flood a couple years ago. The sense of urgency within the organization has already been established. In order to gain buy-in from those employees who may not be interested in the organizational change, holding an information session on the benefits of the new approach to documentation, and later another session on how to properly utilize the system would be very beneficial. With knowledge of the many benefits to both employees and clients, hopefully those employees will start to think about joining in on this journey. So, what can the organization expect from me? Well, during the Week 6 discussion in my organizational leadership class, my group determined 8 key skills and strategies needed in a change leader. This list stated communication, team building from all levels, persistence, celebrating short-term wins, leading by example, incremental change, ability to embrace mistakes, and being flexible as key strategies a change leader must accept in order to be successful. For me, you can expect demonstration of all of these skills. Also during this class, we learned the importance of Kotter's 8-stage process for change. You can expect me to follow this process to ensure no steps are missed, giving the implementation effort the best chance at success. What do I expect from the organization during this change? Well, knowing this organization is not accustomed to change and that I personally have never led a change, buy-in for this initiative may be a hassle. If we remember how beneficial the change to the new time entry system was, maybe we can make change part of our culture in this organization. allowing us to be more competitive in our industry and allowing us to better serve our clients. What I expect from this organization is some belief that this change can make the organization more efficient for both employees and clients. Your support is the only way that this change will be successful. We must be persistent through this process and keep our eye on the end goal. Patience is also necessary for change to be successful. I have come up with a tentative timeline for my vision. This process could take up to 2 years to be fully implemented. The amount of data involved and many privacy concerns that need to be addressed will take lots of time. During this process, updates will be posted in the newsletter, allowing for employees to stay up to date on what is happening and how we are progressing towards our goal. We must be patient and transparent during this change. Thanks.